So now let me get started with the point where you left yesterday. Okay, so let us again get into it. Let me delete everything. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I need this. Okay, so I hope these are the stuff that we did yesterday. We just made an insert operation and we created a user. Actually, this is not the way that we do the programming. We do a different way of making programs. This is just for the sake of practice, everyone. You need to practice like this. But in a real world project, this will be different because in a real world scenario, we hardly use this plus operator. We never use plus operator. Rather than that, we use the start procedure. And in a real world case, we never write SQL in our just under the button click. We never do that. Okay, this is very insecure. But for the sake of practice, for a beginner, it's okay. To learn for learning, it's okay. But later on, this is not applicable in your production. This is not applicable in production environment. In the production environment, you need a very secure level of application. Okay, not this one, this one. So let me just repeat what we have done yesterday. So let me go to the designer part. Yesterday we just created clicked on this create button and we made some ADO.NET operation. For that you need a two namespaces. One is system.data, one is system.data the SQL client, and we made a SQL connection by using a SQL connection class. Store the SQL connection inside the SQL connection class variable called con, and also we created a function called the user list, which is going to retrieve all the users and populate that onto the data grid view. And also we also did some clearing all those fields once the value is populated onto your text boxes, and also created a user by writing the insert query. Okay, and then we also did one thing more. That's like if you click on the data grid view, your corresponding fields will be populated onto the corresponding text box. So this is what we did yesterday. So today again we are going to do with the update and the delete operation. So let's see how to make a delete and update operation now. So in order to make a delete operation, again as usual, I just click on the update button click. So this will redirect you to the btn update underscore click event. That means this means what will happen if you click on the update button. So what I will do in this case, I'll just write the logic behind what should happen if I click on this update button. So let's say now, in order to make an update operation, we have a query update table user update table name set value equals to new value, and then where condition where it had some specific condition. So let us try to analyze this now. So we have again SQL command cmd. We'll again be writing SQL command cmd equals to new SQL command, and then we have update query update user table and set user name equals to again the will repeat the same formula, single inverted, double inverted, and plus, and txt username dot text plus, and we'll reverse it, double inverted, single inverted, and again comma, and again we need to have a password. So password should be equal to again single inverted, double inverted, plus txt password dot text plus, and everything is done. Again role, sorry, is it role? Yeah, it should be role equals to again single inverted, double inverted, plus cmd role dot text plus, and we are done. And finally we have where, we need a where condition where user id should be equal to plus, we have a variable called user id. So user id is coming from this variable, so we need to pass this variable as well. So we have written the update query, and once you write the update query, you need to make sure that you have provided a connection string in every SQL. So whatever the SQL that you write must be followed by the connection string, otherwise your query will not understand for which table this is to be executed, or what is the data table, what is the database for which this execution has to be made. Or let's say it will not try, it won't be able to identify which database this user table belongs to unless you don't specify it inside the connection string. So con means okay, con means. So this belongs to con means this belongs to a ISMT assignment database. So on the ISMT assignment database, we have a user table, and on the user table, you want to make update operation. So con will specify the name of the database, and on the name of the database, you have a user table, and you want to update this value. Now, once we are done with this, now the next thing that we are left to apply is to execute this query. So let me open the connection, and I can just do integer result equals to cmd.execute non-query. So this is what we have done earlier. Sorry, it should be non-query, not reader. So reader is for only for reading the value. Whenever you want to make a select operation, then you can make execute reader. Otherwise, you need to have an execute non-query for insert, update, and delete operation. Once this is done, then let me close the connection, and I can check now if result is greater than 0. Then I can say user has been successfully updated. So I can display the message user successfully updated. You can say user successfully updated, and I'll just go ahead to list users. I think it's get users. I don't know what is the function I made. So I need to retrieve all the users. So I think that was a user list. Okay, that was a user list. So user list function has to be called so that this will, once you make an update operation, that has to be reflected onto the data grid. Else, I'll just display error message. Error in performing the required operation. All done, everyone. So it's done. So let's run and check whether this works or not. Let us log in. Let's go to users. Let's select anyone, for example test user, and I want to make it test user 1 1 1, and I want to make it teachers, and let's update. So user successfully updated, and let me see whether this is reflected or not. Yeah, this has been reflected here. So we are able to make an update operation. Perfect. So once we make an update operation, you saw that fields are still there. So once the user is updated, we want to clear the fields. So let me do clear, so that your screen will be now clear. So let us try this again, and let's see what will happen. I'll also try to show you how to create this login today. Okay, let's write one. Let's say Milan. Update, and you must see that it has been updated here. Okay. So we made an update operation. We have been able to make an update operation. So let me stop this. So update operation is done. Similarly, we can repeat it for the delete operation. Delete is very straightforward. It's simple than the insert and the update. So let me go to delete operation, and again we will repeat the same command. We'll just type SQL command cmd equals to new SQL command, and we'll write a delete query. Delete from user table where user ID should be equal to plus user ID, because you have read the user ID, and you need to pass a connection history. That is what you have to keep in mind always. So once you have done this, now you can open the connection, and you can repeat the whole process. Counter plus, if result is greater than 0, then you can just say successfully deleted from the system. And we need to have a user list. We want to clear the screen. We want to clear the screen as well. Similarly, else I just can tell error in performing the required operation. You can write anything that you want that suits the message. That's all done. So this should make and delete happen. This should make a delete happen here. So let's run and check. Let's log in. Let's go to users and let us select any one of them. Let's say a demo user, and let us say I want to delete this one, and this is deleted. So now there is no demo user. Let me select any one and you can. So let me select. Oh, it's not deleted. And let's say it's a dummy user 14. So let me delete it. And let me say if there is dummy user. So there is no 14. Great everyone, so great, this is all done with insert update and delete operation. Now I'll just want to show you one very interesting thing here. For example, what would happen if I just try writing RAM and the RAM only gets populated here. Okay, so one of them very search operation that I want to apply here is I want to write RAM, or let's say ROJAN and then Rojan is only populated over here. Okay, so I want to do that operation now. So let us see this how you can apply it. So that's obviously possible. So that's possible by triggering some by writing some events, by writing the check text change events. For example, if you go to this, obviously you'll get some error which I'll teach you to remove later, but right now you can just follow this. For example, you want to retrieve the user on the basis of you want to, if you write R, then all the user with R should be listed. RAJ, then all RAs should only be listed. So let us, so for that, let me create a function. That would be the best thing to do, or also you can do it without using a function. So let me just use a function. That would be a better idea. Or let's say instead of using a function, let me just go through and just write the code here. So let me go to designer and let me click here, go to the event. Also, without going to the event, you can simply double click here on this text box, and once you double click on the text box, you will see that the event for text changed is triggered. That means what would happen if a text is changed. Let's say if a text is changed, then I want to retrieve all the users whatever is specified in this text box, in this user, in this text box. So let's say, let me try this out and I'll let you know. So let us say SQL command assembly equals to SQL command, and I want to retrieve all the users. Select star from user table where username like, and we have already done this earlier. Percentage so I think I made a mistake here. So it's like the query has to be some optimized here. Not sure about this. I need to check. because this needs to be concatenated here. It has been a long time that I did this, but let me try it out, everyone. So if it works, it's off. Otherwise, let's see some alternative options. There should be some plus here. Let me just try. Actually, there is no plus. So let me just leave it as it is. I just have to look into this part. If it is not, then I will come back to this. So let us open the connection. We need a SQL data reader. We also need a data table here. So let us create a data table. We need a data table to store the list of users because we are selecting a value, and I just want to do dp.load. And I want to load that in the group. I'm not sure whether this will work because I'm a bit confused with this concatenating with this. So let me try it, but we'll just make some alternative to happen here. I hope to get some error here. Let's say the users that I have is Raj, Rajit. So I'm getting error. Let's see. So I got some error here. It didn't work. Let me fix this issue. I'm making a mistake here. So there is something tricky about this one. Okay, so let me just do this. Let me do this first. Let me run it now. Login. Features. Still this doesn't work because I made a mistake here. Yeah, there is a mistake. I have made a mistake here. Percentage name, like I just forgot what is to be here. That's okay to have this here. Or let me just do one thing before, or let me just skip this part and then let me have something new here. So let us just limit this one, and I'll just come back to this later on. But let me just show you a very interesting thing here, like at the red username. So here you have percentage plus. Do not worry if you do not understand this, because this is something different out of the let me just test it. If it works, it's okay. Otherwise, we'll just try some alternative option. Yeah, this worked. Let's say I just want to sell Sazi RAM. Okay, this really worked. So let me just change this to our traditional form. Instead of this, let me just have this plus txt text plus. For this one, okay, this should work. Even this should work, and let me remove this one. I do not need this line here anymore. Actually, this was the code. I am integrating with the, like I'm doing something like a wildcard. So percentage in the front, percentage in the back, and whatever the letter that is specified in between, all the values will be searched and that has to be populated onto the grid. So let's try this now, everyone. Login, users, let me select me one, and this really worked. This really worked. So this way you can make sure that duplicate user does not exist. You do not have a duplicate user in your system. So this way you can make a search operation. So I just use the select query, but I am using the like, and just have integrated this additional wildcard here. This is called the wildcard, and then that's it. This works very perfectly. So we just were able to even search. This is how the search is applied by using a wildcard. So if you have any question here, anyone, so you can raise your question in the chat box. So this is all about the string concatenation method, and then now I'll be moving into the parameterized method. So if you have any question here, please raise your question in the chat box, everyone. So I think I have one question. So just raise your question. Don't write me what is your question, just raise your question. I just want you to write the question, not simply yes or no. So before I move on again, let me review the work that we did today. So let us try to review the work that we have done. So yesterday's work was the one that we made an insert operation, and we clicked on the data grid view, populated the value onto the corresponding text boxes. Now today what we did is to make an update operation. So in order to make an update operation, let me just write at the rate, and then let me get all the value below. What the hell am I getting here like it? Okay, let me leave it as it is. Let me also. So writing the update query is something like update user table and set username equals to the username. This is exactly like the query in the insert operation. In the insert query update operation, you write insert into table name and values, and that values equals to by whatever the parameter that you have from a corresponding text box. Password equals to this from coming from the text box. Role coming from the role combo box, and I need to specify by using a where clause, where query, where user ID equals to iterate user ID. So you might think, where is this user ID coming from? So you can simply right click and you can go to definition. You can go to definition and you can see the user ID is coming from here, and the user ID having assigned a value through here. So that means if you click on the data grid view, the user ID is applied some value, and that user ID is retrieved to make an update operation here. So once you wrote the update query, now everything will be the same. This will be absolutely the same. For example, you'll open the connection, you'll execute the query, we'll close the connection, we'll check if the number of row affected is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then we'll display the message, that success message. We'll list out the user in the data grid view and we'll clear the text boxes. Otherwise, we'll show the error message. So, are you clear with this update, everyone? So, are you clear with this update? So, if you are clear with this update, write yes. If you are not clear with this update, write no. Are you clear with the update operation? If you are clear with update, you can write yes. If you are not clear with the update, write no. Yeah, so update is very easy. Okay. So once we have done with the update, now we have also one more delete query. So very similar to the update query. So under delete query, what we have, we wrote a query delete from user table, where user ID will be equal to user ID. That's it, nothing more than that. And once you have written the query, we open the connection, we execute the query, we close the connection, and we'll check if a number of row affected is greater than 0. If a number of row is greater than 0, then we'll display a successful message that delete has been done. Otherwise, we'll just throw the error message that no, that there has been some error occurred in performing the delete operation. So this is all about the delete operation. So do you have any question in delete operation, anyone? So do you have any question in delete operation? So it's very similar to update and insert. So insert, update and delete, they are very much similar except for the query. Only the query is different, otherwise everything is the same. So do you have any question here, anyone, in making insert, update and delete operation? Anyone has a question, please raise your question. If you understand it, write yes. If you do not understand it, write no. The update, insert and delete. So please give me a very quick information, everyone. Abhishek, yes. Pratik, yes. Okay, so only 2 yes. Anyway, everyone, so if you have understood this part, then let us continue further. Let us try, now let us continue further. Now what we did next is we want to do something like we want to write RAM and we want to retrieve all those RAM values. Okay, so for that I just triggered an event. I double clicked on this text box, and once I double clicked on this text box, our event is triggered. That means what should happen when a text of a text box is changed. So for that I just created a data table and I wrote a SQL command, select start from user table. That means select everything from a user table, but I have a condition. So what is that condition? Where username should be like means that should resemble. Now again you will see a new stuff here, percentage, that is encoded in comma and a plus, and there is one percentage encoded in comma and this one. So what is the meaning of this? For example, if I write anything on the text box and if that contains a letter, any letter, so any user matching to that letter, if there is a user, let's say called RAM, and RAM contains a letter A, then RAM should be printed onto my data grid view. So this means it will check if it contains that letter in your text box. Okay, so whatever the text value it is contained inside a text box, all those fields will be populated onto your data grid view. So this is the meaning of this percentage text box name and the percentage. So whatever the value I define in a text box will be populated onto my data grid view. So select all those value that has a letter that is contained in this text box. Then I open the connection and execute the query, and I loaded the data table. I close the connection and I bound the data grid view to the data table. As the data table contains all the field that contains a letter specified in this text box, txt username. That's why whenever you run it, you will see if you have anything called, if you type anything called R, you will get all of it with the R. If you write anything with let's say O, so you will get any user who has a letter O in any form. For example, if I write A, I'll get all the user that contains the letter A. For example, if I write EN, I'll get all those users that contains the letter EN. For example, if I write EL, I'll get all the users that contains the letter EL. Okay, and this gives you the flexibility of, let's say if I write this all, so I'll be getting this one. If I write, okay, I don't have home. If I write Milan, so I'll be getting this Milan. Okay, so Milan contains AN. So let us see if I write AN. So this will give me all those one that is containing AN. let's say ti. So it will give me all the list that contains ti. And how this is possible? This is possible by using a wildcard along with this text box and by using a live query. So very important query, everyone, and very interesting query. This is a very interesting query. You can try it out on your own. Later on, we'll try to customize this query. Instead of this plus, we'll be using some uh, what do you call it? We'll be using some parameters. So this plus is very dangerous. This is prone to plus is very prone to your security. You have a security risk with this plus operation. So basically, what you will do is what you will do, you will be using some parameters instead of writing this plus operation. So are you clear with this, everyone? So if you are clear with this, please give me very quick information on the chat box. Rahul sir, कुछ है क्या? कुछ काम?
नहीं, काम नहीं है वो दिखा रहे थे कि सेटअप करके पढ़ा रहे थे बोर्ड पे, ऐसा फोन मेरा गिरा कि मेरा फोन
फूट गया?
हाँ,
टेम्पर ग्लास नहीं था उस पे?
टेम्पर ग्लास था, टेम्पर ग्लास ही फूटा है। वही मैं बोलने आया था कि कैसे पढ़ाऊंगा सर मैथ के क्लास में, कुछ समझ सेटअप किया सर मैं सुबह क्लास लेने के लिए, एक बार नहीं 3-4 बार मोबाइल मेरा गिर गया।
ऐसा करेंगे, आपको जो चाहिए बोलिए, ठीक है, और वो चीज मैं मंगवा दूंगा।
अच्छा ठीक है। हेलो सर।
So if you have a doubt, anyone, so please let me a query onto the chat box. Very quick, please give me very quick information, everyone, because these are the basic stuffs, and I'll be repeating this again. And since there are very common things, most of the things will get repeated a lot of time. These things will get repeated. So please give me very quick information that you have understood or you have not understood. Only Om is giving me a confirmation. Om has understood, and what about the rest? Can you please quickly confirm, everyone? I have got confirmation from only one. Can you please quickly give me a confirmation, everyone? Only Om has yes. Rest are silent. Abhishek, yes. Only 2 yes. Pratik, yes. Okay. So 3 yes now. So now again, let's see what you can do further here. So we just finished with the insert, update, and delete operation. And I do not want to continue on this further because these are very useless thing. Okay, these are very useless thing here. I do not want to continue the way that I'm writing a program now because we won't be doing this here again. We'll be writing a program in a different fashion, a different manner. Rather, we can see the code is redundant here. The code is redundant. You can see code is very, very redundant here. So do you agree my code is repeated? Do you agree that I am repeating the same code in a lot of places? If you agree, write yes. If you do not agree, write no. So you can see I am repeating my code in a lot of places. See, I am doing this everywhere. In execute non-query is done in so many places, and connection is open in so many places, right? So I am just making my code very, very redundant. That means my code is duplicated. So do you agree on it? Yes. So Pratik agrees on it. So now let us try to make sure that we do not want to repeat the code. I do not want my code to be redundant. Okay, so in order to make the code not to be redundant, what I can do is I can simply create a function. I can create a function and I can write a logic in a way that I do not have to repeat the code time and again. Okay, so I'll create a single function that will make an insert operation, update operation, and a delete operation, and then I do not have to repeat the code. So let us see how you can do that here. So let us say I'll be creating a function here. So let me create a function just below of this one, just below of this one. And I'll be naming is a public, and let me just make everything It's a public bool manage users, let's say, and I pass some variable. Let's say I need user ID, string username, string password, string role, and integer mode. So this string you must have seen in SQL. In SQL we did this word, and here I want to write now if mode equals to 1, I want to perform an insert operation. Insert, okay, so I just want to, let me create one SQL parameter here. I just want to create a variable called txt SQL, which is equals to null for now. And if mode is equal to 1, I want to make insert operation. So this txt SQL should be now equal to insert into user table. User table. So let me just copy this square. Okay, let me just write out values and let us say this one. Let me go very quickly because you already know the insert query. Username, password, and role. And the value should be again now plus txt username text. I'm going a bit quickly because my time we are running some time now. Comma password is txt password text, comma cmd role text. So this is about the insert query. So insert query is written here. Similarly, I can check for the other one. If mode double equals to 2, then I want to make an update operation. So I just can write txt SQL, sorry, equals to update user table, set username equals to the username, password equals to the password, role equals to the role, where user ID should be equal to the sorry, not the I'll be teaching about the lateral user ID. So I'm repeating the query, nothing new here. I'm just repeating my query. Similarly, if mode double equals to 3, then we make a delete operation. Txt SQL should be equal to delete from user table, where user ID should be equal to again plus user ID. So we are done with writing the SQL. Now we want to execute this SQL. So I can send SQL command cmd equals to new SQL command, and I can pass this txt SQL here. Instead of writing this whole SQL, I can simply pass this SQL here. Command com. So I'm done now. If mode is 1, then insert. If mode is 2, then update. If mode is 3, then uh, delete. Open the connection. Check it out. Secure non-query. Close. And now since this function is a boolean type, that means if result is greater than 0, then I will return true. That means value is set. Else I will return false. That means operation is not successful. And I'm done. See, the error is done. Now I can call it anywhere. I can call this function anywhere, and I simply have to pass this value, nothing more than that. So let us go to now create one, and instead of writing this all stupid code, I don't need to write this now anymore, and I just delete this update. I will delete this. I do not need this all code here, and no code duplication should occur now. So let me delete this code. And now instead of this code, what I can do, I can simply call this function, which was your manage users. So let me, since that is a boolean value, so I'm going to write it bool rx equals to manage users, and you need to pass the parameter. You can see the parameters. It will ask me for the user ID. I can pass it 0 because I do not know what is the user ID. So you can simply pass user ID, txt username dot text, txt password dot text, and cmb role dot text. So done. I'm done with this now. Now if rs double equals to true, that means if user is created, that means if you have been able to set the user, then obvious. Okay, and mode. Okay, I need one thing more. Mode. So if 1 means insert operation, 2 means update operation, and 3 means delete operation. So I just cancel message box to show user successfully created. I can just list user list, and I also need to call clear function, otherwise I'll display the error message. Error in performing the required operation. Done. It's very easy. So I do not have to repeat the code. Let me copy this. This one, let me copy it, and now for update, I'll just paste it here. Only the thing that I have to change is this one, this mode. Mode will be 2 now. Created will be changed to updated. That's done. Very easy. See, I simply have to call this function. No need to repeat the code. Here also I'll just paste this one, and instead of this mode, this will be now 3, because if mode is 3, then I want to perform a delete operation, and that's deleted, and we are done. See, it becomes very easy. With function, that really becomes super easy. You create function one, you call it anywhere. You don't have to write the code time and again. Let's run this and check. Let's try to create some user. Let's say I want to create some Harish. Okay, there is an error. Invalid column name PASS. So it became 3. So let me just fix it out. Oh, sorry. I just made it. I had made a mistake here. So this has to be actually, I'm very sorry about this. So for insert, I think this is PASSWRD, and here also this has to be, sorry, this has to be something like plus txt username, and this has to be like everyone. I think I made a very big mistake here. Actually, this is not the thing that I really wanted to do. Actually, I just made a mistake here. Actually, this should not be this one. Actually, this should have been username, because this has to come from a function. This has to be password, because this has to come from a function, and this has to be role. This is not mapping to a function. This has to be again username. This has to be password. This has to be role. I hope you don't understand this right now, because this is not easy to understand. I'll again come back to this. Do not worry if you do not understand this word, because it was my mistake. Let me check. So it's all done. So you can see Harish is created here. Similarly, if I have to write Harish 123 update, so this is updated here. If I want to delete this, simply click delete, and this is deleted here. So all done. So anyway everyone, so actually I need to stop here for today, and I hope to repeat this again. You might have not understood this part, so it's okay if you have not understood this. I'll again come back to this in the my next class, or I'll prepare a separate video and upload that onto the YouTube. Otherwise you can have a separate discussion about this in our next class. So for today I'll stop here anyone. So even if you don't understand this, it's okay. We'll talk about this again later on. And if you have any question, beside than this, you can raise your question in the chat box. If you do not have any question, then you can just start leaving for today's session. I'll get back to you again later in my next week classes.